Hello, and welcome to another episode of Suds Grubs presents the
Speakeasy. What's up?
Hey, John.
What's going on?
Not much.
How
Not
you
much.
doing?
I'm doing good.
You doing good?
Yes.
I like that shirt.
Oh, thank you, phone, man.
Yeah.
It's a good brewery, man.
You know what I want to point out? Last episode, we didn't point out. We got new hats.
Oh, yeah.
We got new hats.
Yeah.
We got the logo on our hats.
So, yeah, originally we had the
Yeah.
Pub Suds and Grub hats. Just that was more like the Instagram. Now, since we're doing Speakeasy, we have to have something that says Speakeasy on it. Yeah, so
I like it.
yeah, we're like that much cooler now.
We are. We have merch.
Yeah.
Not for sale yet.
Not for sale
we
yet.
have merch.
Oh, maybe. Yeah,
But if
maybe.
anybody wants anything, let us know.
Let us know. Yeah, we can always
Got
get
my wife a hat.
Yeah, it's just $50 a hat. That's all.
$50.
Yeah. That's all.
Well, $49.99 for you guys.
Yeah, we'll make it.
Subscribers get it for $45.
Friends and family. You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. So I'm excited today, man.
All right. Why?
Because our topics are pretty damn cool.
Oh, yeah. We got a
Yeah.
couple things we're going to talk about. Yeah.
I like it. We got a good beer coming in.
All right. What do we got?
All right. So this is a beer from KCBC,
All
right?
right.
Kings County Brewing Collective.
Okay.
What that means, I don't know.
Yeah.
And this is coming in at 7.2%. It is an IPA, and this is called Bark to the Future.
Yes, which I
Bark to the
actually.
Future. I think about that. Am I right?
So I haven't
Bark to
breaking
the
this. I haven't even tried it yet. This was.
Yeah, you got this.
I picked this one up. I'm a huge Back to the Future fan.
Future. Yes, you are.
And I'm like, I need to get this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and I looked it up on Untappd. I had good reviews, so good
That
ratings.
can is pretty damn cool, man.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's see how the liquid is.
It's it looks good in the glass.
Yeah, cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
All right.
Solid.
Yeah, that is solid.
Yeah, that's good.
That's better than I thought it may have been. But
Yeah.
it's good.
I mean, KCBC, I don't think I've ever had anything bad from them.
Yeah,
I feel like they're one of those breweries, it's not hit or miss, but it's not like I go crazy for their beers.
it's a little bit of a sleeper, I think, though. You know?
Yeah, I think you're right.
sometimes
I think they are a
yeah.
sleeper. Maybe I should drink it more. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
They're out of Brooklyn, so they're not far away.
yeah.
They're in competition with like other halves.
You know, other half's right there. You got Brooklyn Brewery. I mean,
Yeah.
which is a
Yeah.
one of the I like to call one of the founding fathers of craft
Brooklyn?
beer.
Yeah,
I would definitely say that.
Their cans are always cool.
Yeah,
KCBC always has good artwork on their
yeah.
cans. Yeah.
yeah, I like it.
And
That's-
I love that fact. Bark to the Future.
yeah,
So I'm going to assume you didn't get it from there,
no,
right? Because you've never been there.
no.
I've never been there. Either.
I picked it up from just some random store.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't
So-
special.
We need to mark it down. We need a road trip.
Yeah,
Right? We need to get back into Brooklyn.
we need to do some hopping around. I think.
Evil Twin,
Yeah.
the KCBC. You got Gun Hill Brewery in the Bronx. We got to do like a New York
Yeah.
day where we go into those 5 boroughs and start checking out some beer.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
I
let
think
me
there's
pay
a lot to
arm and a
choose
leg
from.
in tolls.
It's just getting out there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was just going to say. It's just-
$1,000 in tolls.
Yeah, or you take the subways and
Yeah,
you
no.
know, some-
People get stabbed on those
you
now.
can stab some homeless guys pissing on you.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm not- I'll drive.
Yeah,
I'll pay
well,
$1,000 in tolls to keep my life.
yeah. Well, maybe we'll avoid that, but yeah, the beer's good. So
Beer is
You know.
good, man. It's got that, hold on. Not Odie.
oh god, don't use Odie.
I didn't want to pick up the can, but I have to. What's in this? There's a taste in it. Oh, barley and wheat. All right. I taste the barley and wheat. Sintra, Phantasm Powder, Nelson Sauvon hops, barley and wheat. Because it tastes like a wheaty beer. Like it
Yeah.
tastes like
Well, most beers have barley.
Alright.
That's why I was laughing. But
whatever.
it's good. I like it.
I think it's solid beer, man.
Yeah. Bark to the Future.
Bark to the Future.
Were you a Back to the Future fan?
Oh, huge.
Yeah.
Huge. I remember the day I saw Back to the Future in the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I don't remember a lot from childhood, but I remember that.
Well, here's the crazy thing, man. I didn't watch Back to the Future 2 or 3 until like maybe 20 years after it came out.
What?
I know. And I was such a huge fan of the first one. I have no idea why I never watched 2 and 3. I guess, I don't know. And I was such a huge fan of the first one. Maybe I just felt like the 2 and 3 would ruin the first one for me.
Come on. Well, how did you watch the first one? Did you watch it in the movies? Did you watch it on TV?
No,
Was it years later? Was it the year it came out?
No. I don't know if it was the year it came out, but it was around the time it came out.
What you're what, 1980?
Yeah, it was more 1980.
So you would have been 5 when it came out, right? 1985.
Yes, but I was still watching, those movies back then.
Okay.
Just like, it's like, quick off the side note.
Yeah.
I know a lot about 80s music and 80s videos.
Yes, you do.
And I remember the actual videos. And so when at a young age, I was very into, is it the arts? I don't know.
Yeah.
Movies and music and all that stuff. So, but yes, I watching a movie. We didn't watch too many movies when I was really, really young. But then I guess that's why I got so into it, because when it was introduced to me, I was like, wow, I love this. This is great.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a big 80s movies guy, more than 80s music.
Yeah.
Not a huge fan of 80s music, huge fan of 80s movies.
Yeah, I like them both. I think I belong.
Yeah, you
there.
do. You do.
Yeah.
You're an old soul.
Yeah, I'm a very old soul. That is true. But yes, Back to the Future 2 was later on in life.
Right.
And I loved it. And I really, really loved it. And what's your favorite? Which one?
Well, obviously 1. I go 1, 3, 2. 2 is my least favorite.
Oh.
My least favorite, yeah. 2 is a little odd to me.
I think I'm going to go... I'm going to say 1 and 2 are tied. I was almost going to give 2 the edge, but 1 was such a great one.
1 is just phenomenal, man. Yeah. That's a top 10 movie.
So I'm going to say they're kind of tied, and then 3.
Okay.
And 3 was great too, but it wasn't for me.
Yeah, I mean, usually that's how 3 works, right? 3 in most film franchises aren't the best. But I loved it, man. Especially because I'm a Western guy. Like, I love Western. The fact that...
well, that'll help,
And, I read that 2 and 3 were filmed back-to-back. So
yes.
It was meant to be, not one long movie, but they were filmed one right
Well, when you watch 2, they always show on the next, movie, they show all the clips and everything. So,
Right.
But here's
1 says to be continued.
Yeah.
So you knew something else was coming.
Yeah. But here's the interesting thing, which a lot of people don't think about when it comes to Back to the Future.
Yep.
Biff is a murderer.
Yeah. Biff is like Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah, he's a...
he is a murderer.
Biff is a murderer.
He killed... granted, it was a different past. It was an altered past, but he killed Marty's father.
And then he was going to kill Marty.
Yeah, with that
he
gun.
Had a gun? Yes.
They said they didn't match the bullets that belong to this gun. I'm like, what?
He turned into a bully high school kid to a murderer.
He was a murderer.
Goddamn murderer.
And they don't... and Marty should realize this. This guy that's cleaning, waxing your car outside has the capability of killing your father right now.
Yeah. How do you not realize that?
Yeah. And he's just like...
You can see it in his eyes.
Yeah. I think Marty's on a power trip. He's like, Biff, another Coke, please.
Yeah.
Knowing that. But I'll be like, no, this guy, he's a murderer. I don't want him waxing my car.
Yeah, no.
No, absolutely not.
Nope.
I mean, if you were to go to the past, if you were to change, if you had the capability going to, the past and doing stuff, I mean, it's crazy the things.
It would be. Imagine that. I don't know. I mean, my parents were kind of together, not in high school, but like close right after. Because my parents had me young and they got married young.
Yeah.
So my parents were kind of like knew each other at that time. Like,
right.
Imagine being like intertwined with that, and meeting and.
I know.
And your mom having a crush on you.
Yeah. That's a little weird. Yeah, that was a little weird thing. The whole incest thing going on over there.
Right.
And
his undies and his little purple underwear.
And she was into it.
She was really into it. Yeah. She was getting all hot and bothered.
Gosh, and I think I'm going to apologize to our viewers because now they're viewing Back to the Future a hell of a lot different.
Yeah, it was like a murdering cesspool. No, Back to the Future, man. So Marty McFly, right? It wasn't even supposed to be Michael J. Fox.
Yes, it was the guy who...
Eric Stoltz.
Yeah, the guy who...
was Rocky Dennis.
Yeah, Rocky Dennis. I was going to say, the guy who played Rocky Dennis, yeah.
It was Eric Stoltz. And they filmed some of the movie when he did it.
There were some issues with that because... Marty McFly...
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox, jeez. So he was doing Family Ties at the time.
Ties. They wouldn't let him out of his...
Yes, there was a lot going on. They wanted his folks to be on Family Ties. And so what happened was they started filming Back to the Future, and they always wanted that role to be for Michael J. Fox.
Yes.
But because they couldn't use him, they're like, all right, let's use this guy. But it was just never true. And then they put a lot of time, a lot of money into
Eric Stoltz.
And they put so much time. Eventually, they said, "No, this is just not the way. This is not how we viewed it.
It wasn't working.
We want Michael J. Fox." And then after filming for whatever amount of time, he freed up.
Yep.
And they said,
I think they like begged the filming, whoever was in charge of Family Ties.
Yes.
I think they like begged them, come on.
yes.
Because I think I read that he was filming Back to the Future like 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Then doing Family Ties. Then going back and filming
Yeah.
Back to the Future. Like that's
But
how they had
now,
to do it.
let me ask you, is Michael J. Fox more known for Family Ties or Back to the Future?
Back to the Future.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So I think it was a great choice on his part.
And
to
you
do
know,
that.
Johnny Depp and Charlie Sheen also auditioned to be Marty McFly.
Really?
Before they picked Eric Stoltz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little tidbit for you.
And I
Can you
don't
imagine
think
Charlie Sheen as
I don't think it would have been the same.
winning?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it would have been the same.
No,
and
no.
and Christopher Lloyd looks the same till this day.
He does. Yeah. He looked the same back then. looks the
Well, I
same
guess
now.
it's because he was playing an older role, and
Yeah.
now he's. But that was such a great movie, and
I loved that movie. The soundtrack, I must have overplayed that soundtrack
Yeah.
so much.
that was Huey Lewis in the News.
Huey Lewis in the News, man. He was even in the movie.
Yeah.
Remember his part in the movie?
Oh God.
Remember in the beginning when Marty was doing the band for, I guess, the school talent show? He was
yes.
the judge, and he put his hand, he goes, "You're too loud."
I did know that, but I totally forgot.
Yeah, it's Huey Lewis.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Good movie, man.
Yeah, I used to think about that, And here's the interesting thing, all the things with they were talking about in the future with how they were accurate with like the Cubs and
Yeah.
and the cool thing is, and we don't realize it because we're so used to everyday flat screen TVs. They had a flat screen TV
They did.
in that, and we're like, we don't think anything of it because we're like, oh, we have that now. But there wasn't flat screen TVs back in the early '80s.
And they were almost like FaceTime. Remember Marty's boss in Back to the Future 2? Like,
Yeah,
called him? Like,
yeah.
it's almost like a FaceTime type of thing.
McFry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what was, you might remember because you love it so much, what was the year that he went to in part 2? Because we're beyond that year.
When was the Cubs? Yeah, when were the Cubs?
But that was like, what, 2020 or something?
Yeah,
2019.
whatever the
Like,
Cubs.
now we're at 2022.
You should know more than I do. You're a baseball fan, so I don't remember when the Cubs were.
Well, the Cubs won in 2014, I believe. Sorry, this coming. 2014, I believe.
Yeah.
So it wasn't accurate.
I feel like it was. Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was.
It was close, but it wasn't accurate.
All right. I think it was 28. Maybe it was 2018.
But whatever Back to the Future was set in, like, we're beyond that year.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
there's no flying cars.
No.
There's
No
no
flying
hoverboards.
cars.
There's,
Yeah.
there's no automatic dry clothes.
I love how we got into this just by some beer that we're.
Well, yeah. I mean,
but it's a good beer.
it's a good beer. It's a good movie. Good franchise.
Yeah, it is a good franchise. I mean, what
Don't
else?
sleep on 3.
No.
Don't sleep on 3.
I know. I like 3.
Come on.
I like it. It's good. My attention is there, and it always will be there.
Yeah.
I just, if I were to, give one over the other, that's kind of the ranking I think I would give it.
I mean, Mary Steenburgen in part 3. I mean,
Yeah.
she was she's
Well, the mom.
she's an underrated.
The mom from Step Brothers.
She's an underrated, like, sexy woman. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I like her parts in movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I don't want to talk about that stuff.
Well, I'm just saying, like, she's a good actress. Like, I feel like in every movie she's in, she's, like, underrated. Like, she's a good actress.
Well, she's like supporting role. I mean, you got a lot of supporting roles out there. Look at one of the best actors I know is always a supporting actor, Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
He's a huge. I love Morgan Freeman, but he's never the lead role. Lean on Me was probably the last lead role I can remember that he did.
Maybe.
I mean,
I
is there
guess I could
anything
see
else
that.
you can think of? I mean,
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
think of every movie he did, man. He was never the lead role. He was always supporting.
Yeah. True.
Great actor.
He's no Denzel.
Yeah, I mean, look at Shawshank Redemption, Seven.
He's no Daniel Day-Lewis, though. I'll tell you that.
No one compared to my Daniel.
But what other movie franchises are huge, like Back to the Future, man?
Godfather. Back to the
Oh, well, that's probably the
yeah.
ultimate, right?
Yeah,
They gotta be the number one.
No, I'm going to disagree on that.
The
And
Godfather trilogy is not the
as far as impact is big, I think Godfather's a little bit of a selective audience. I think it's certain people are into it. Some people you say Godfather, no, I never watched it. And I'm going to go a little bit more modern times with this one. I'm going to say Harry Potter, man.
I've never seen it, so I can't comment.
I have watched them.
I'm not huge into it's so funny talking about Back to the Future. I'm not into the sci-fi newer movies.
I'm into sci-fi. I was into back to franchise, The Matrix, which, by the way, I just watched the newest one.
Never seen it.
And the newest one, I'll have to say, was
Never seen the original one.
Okay, well, it's very good.
Yeah.
It's a great movie, and I won't talk on it
And
too
I'm a
much.
former movie guy. I've
Yeah.
never seen the original
I won't,
Matrix.
I won't talk on it too much, only because you haven't watched it. But the
You're not gonna
fourth
spoil it
one,
for me.
well, no, the fourth one was good. So it was interesting because the directors were the Wachowski brothers, and then they both
Okay.
kind of went a different direction with their lives, and they're both, I guess, transgender. I guess,
For real?
yeah, both of them. Yeah,
The directors of Matrix, they're two brothers,
Wachowski brothers. Yeah,
and they both decided to go be transgender.
yes.
So they're both women now.
Yes.
So they're the sisters, not the brothers.
Yeah, I guess it'd be like the Wachowski. So I think it was Lena was the only one that was involved in the fourth Matrix,
Okay.
and
Very interesting. I did not know that.
yeah, and I don't know if the other one was a producer or any.
Okay.
I think maybe there was a hand in there somewhere, but it was very interesting. I will never say it wasn't worth the watch. I thought it was worth the watch, but does it compare to 1, 2, and 3? Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I have to watch a movie more than once. to
Isn't it
really
like a
feel-
start over? Wasn't it? Didn't they say it was like a start? It was like almost number one over again.
There was a lot that was brought back from the earlier ones.
Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Are you repeating the first movie, or is it cool because they're repeating? Like,
I think I would have liked to rather have seen it just jump
More
into
original?
Yeah, but I guess they had to include it just to get you to understand the full story.
did they
behind
need it?
I think it would be for the plot they were going for. I think it was necessary.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
but would I've maybe if I were them maybe gone a different direction with the whole movie in general? Maybe I think yeah, but it wasn't. But once again, I only saw it once. Sometimes I can't truly respect the movie until I've watched it once, twice, 3 times. You know,
Right.
until sometimes it doesn't sink in.
Maybe
for me.
Maybe I'll watch it. Maybe I'll check it out.
They were
I'll
good.
check it out. I do love Keanu.
What about like those
And
other?
Joe Pantoliano's in that. He's one of my
Oh
favorites.
yeah.
Like,
He wasn't a good
in
guy.
in the background actors. I love that guy.
He wasn't a good guy.
But you say Harry Potter.
Yes,
I say Star Wars.
they're huge. But once again, well, I don't know. I guess Harry Potter could be more of a selective audience too. But yeah, Star Wars. I mean, it was huge back in the '70s,
Huge franchise,
early
man.
'80s.
What? There's 9 movies now.
Yeah.
Spin-offs, books. Look at
Yeah,
all on Disney Plus. All the Mandalorian.
I know.
That's Star Wars.
I
is
know.
A big damn deal.
I know. But sometimes you look at things at how much they've generated financially. You know, I mean, Harry Potter has spin-offs too. They have the Fantastic Beasts movies, and
Okay.
they have the play that's in Broadway, The Cursed Child. So there's a lot
Alright.
going on there too, and just what they're,
And they were books before movies, right? They were books.
yes,
Were they movies then books or books then movies?
books and movies.
Okay.
And I remember we had this conversation. I actually watched the movies before I read the books, and I liked that I did that because I think if I read the books, I wouldn't have enjoyed the movies as much.
Okay.
But what else, man? I mean, there's Rocky. There's
Rocky's another huge one. They're still
yeah.
going, man.
yeah.
Right? Because now it's moved on to Creed.
Yes, that's
and I
right.
believe they're doing a Creed 3.
Wow.
So Rocky Balboa will not die.
Yeah.
That man will not go away.
Well, didn't Sylvester Stallone produce that himself?
Yeah, I think he does that himself. now.
Yeah, and because no one wanted to do it.
Yeah.
you know?
Well, I feel like you're kind of going
Yeah.
too far now.
Good for him, though, man. He's
Yeah, he still looks damn good.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's got a lot of work done, but he's still a beast.
yeah.
dude.
Well, he's a unique story, Sylvester Stallone, because he had speech issues.
Yeah.
It was something when he was born, I think, with the forceps or something when they were taking, I guess back then that was
Sure.
more common with that, And
I don't think they do that anymore.
they damaged, I don't know if they damaged his mouth or nerves or anything, so that's why, So it was a very interesting thing from a guy that just, you think someone who has speech issues might not be a big actor.
And he started in the porn industry before he became an actor. Did you know that?
It's no surprise that you know this stuff. I mean,
Well, I'm just trying to. He did. He did a couple X-rated movies. Before
oh
he did.
yeah.
I can find them for you.
Yeah.
All right. Rambo or Rocky?
Rocky, because I didn't really watch Rambo once, so Yeah. Well,
Don't
want to
knock
knock
that
this
down.
down. Oh my
It's
god.
on you. It's not on me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Rocky.
Yo, Adrian.
Hey, yo, Adrian, I just knocked down a bottle. Hey, what are you gonna do? Just give me something to drink.
I agree. Rocky over Rambo.
Yeah.
How about newer ones like comedies? Like, does it have to be a serious movie to be a good franchise? All right,
No.
American
not at all.
Pie.
Okay.
That's a franchise.
So American Pie is interesting for me because that was they were graduating the year I graduated high school, so I could definitely relate to it, you
Right.
know, and the same things that they were going through, I was going through.
Right.
So I don't know if I like that movie all that more because I was growing up during that time, or if it's really a good movie. I'm not sure. They had awesome bands on. I know that. They always had some
The
good.
best soundtracks.
Yeah, they
The
were
best
good
soundtrack to the
soundtrack.
American Pie soundtrack.
Yeah,
But you got American Pie, American Pie 2,
yeah.
American Pie
American Wedding.
and
Yeah.
American Reunion. Is there just 4? I know there's
Reunion.
more.
I think the reunion wasn't good. I don't think.
I liked Reunion.
Yeah.
There's more with like Stifler's brother, but they
Oh,
weren't like they're like on the
gosh,
side. They don't. I don't count those.
Yeah, yeah,
Vacation, National Lampoon.
yeah. National Lampoon.
Now National Lampoons is different because you're talking about almost different actors and
Well, the
the
kids.
kids were different.
Yeah, it was always the same. Clark and
Clark, Ellen,
Yeah, and
Cousin Eddie,
Cousin Eddie, yeah.
and even Cousin Eddie's wife was. It was
Yeah.
always the same person.
And you know what though? I wouldn't change a thing. I liked that there was different kids in
You
every
like
one.
that?
Yeah, I kind of liked it.
Yeah. Can you imagine Anthony Michael Hall being like older, like
Yeah.
he's a huge,
Or the one that's in what's that?
Johnny Galecki's from what's that?
Big Bang Theory.
The Nerds show.
Yeah, Big Bang Theory. Yeah,
Never
yeah.
watched
Just
that.
to see him in
Yeah.
that,
And
just,
he's from Roseanne.
Roseanne,
He's from
exactly.
Roseanne.
Yeah. A lot of people.
That I know him from.
Yeah, don't realize that that's the same guy. You know?
yeah.
But as far as other, I mean, yeah, Godfather's huge. Star Wars are huge.
Huge. I mean, I'm not a fan, but Star Trek is like neck and neck with Star Wars. You would think, right? You're either like a Star Wars fan or Star Trek fan. Those people fight each other. To
I was a
death.
Star Wars fan,
I'm a Star Wars.
but I have caught a couple of the Star Trek movies. I didn't think they were that bad.
I didn't like them.
Yeah,
That's boring to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
it's different though.
I feel like if you're a Star Trek guy, you hate the Star Wars people. Am I
Yeah,
wrong? I don't know.
I don't know.
Because the Trekkies, they get into it, man. The
Yeah.
Trekkies, they like. I mean, so do the
Yeah.
Star Wars guys.
Well, they got
I
that
went to go
thing
see
with-
Star Wars episode. What was the original? It was what 4, 5, 6, right? New Hope was 4.
Yeah,
Empire was 5. Return was 6. Then they started with 1, 2, 3.
yeah.
I saw
I
one
think
of
it's
the
because
movies.
the ones in the middle were the ones that they knew that
Well, those were the originals.
yeah, they thought they were gonna. That's why they did it backwards.
Yeah.
They're like, we know these are solid movies.
Right.
We don't. I guess they didn't want to take the risk and do the first 3 because
Yeah.
they didn't know.
And then when the prequels came out, one with Darth Maul, when I saw it in the movies, there was like 10 people dressed up as Darth Maul walking around. These freaks, what are they doing? Like, people get into that
Oh,
stuff.
that's crazy.
Man.
It's crazy. It's
Into
like that at Comic-Con stuff, It's just...
It's nuts, dude. It's nuts.
But another movie, too, which is from a book, which I thought was a great movie, and they decided to go more with it, was Lord of the Rings.
I've never seen any of those
Oh,
either.
man.
Never
yeah.
seen any of those.
Yeah, that's crazy how, like, then they did The Hobbit, and they took one book, which The Hobbit was one book, and they made it into 3 movies, but they kind of...
The Hobbit,
Stretched
that's
it.
not the same thing. That's 2 different movies. I've never seen The Hobbit either.
So they
Are
made...
they related?
Yes.
Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit are related.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Hobbit is
Did not know that.
is the prequel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Alright.
that was like the journey, that he was on.
Never knew that.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
I gotta start
all
watching
related.
these movies.
Yeah, they're Lord of the Rings, but they're long. They're really long, especially if you watch the extended editions, which I would suggest to anyone. If you're gonna watch the extended editions,
Yeah.
because there's certain things that when you watch the shortened version, you're like, wait, huh? So you almost have to piece things together. When you watch the extended, everything's kind of explained.
It's just hobbits roaming the world looking for a ring. Is that the premise of the movie? Is it?
Destroying a ring.
Destroying a ring.
Yes, they have to destroy it. That's the whole point of it. Yeah.
Would they throw it down a well?
Had to be this special volcano
Special.
that they have to bring it to, and I don't want to give too much away, but
Doesn't sound
but
exciting to me.
well, there's so many good franchises though to get back
There
on that.
There are.
But just I mean, on a side note, that we're talking about movies and everything. Is there any movies that are must watches for you that aren't? I'm not gonna
Okay.
let's step away from franchise for a second.
All right. There's movies that. All right.
Sleepers, any movies that you're like, wait a second, this is like cult movie,
All right.
cult following movies or anything like that?
Clerks.
Clerks, okay.
I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan.
Do you think Clerks is something that you have to watch if you're from Jersey, or is it something because it's Jersey kind of based? Or
I don't think so.
okay,
I don't think so. I mean, it helps because we know,
yeah.
where they are, what they're doing, and we get it.
It was interesting with Clerks. Though, it was
We get the
black and white, right?
Clerks was black and white.
Yeah.
Clerks 2 was not, and
Yeah.
Clerks 3 will be out next year.
Oh, really?
I'm very looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I love that franchise. I love everything Kevin Smith does. Chasing
Yeah.
Amy is probably Next to Clerks, one of my favorite movies ever made.
Okay.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
I've told you. I've had
Mallrats?
Man crush on Ben Affleck.
Yes, I know.
Mallrats, yeah. Mallrats, it wasn't as good as the others, but it was still a good movie. And then you got Jay and Silent Bob.
Strike Back and all
Strike Back, and then the reboot. And But Clerks, to me, is where it all started. And I think that's a genius movie.
Yeah.
Clerks, the original Clerks, black and white, was filmed 2 blocks away from where my mom lived.
Oh, yeah?
Sure.
Did you go to the store and stand in front of it?
I've been in the store. Yeah. I've been in the store.
Did you get a photo of you standing in front of it?
Freaking tiny. Bro.
Yeah.
It's a tiny ass story.
So Clerks, I remember when I was watching, I think the first time I probably watched it was with you many years ago. I remember it being, maybe it's because it was my age, I found it as very fast-paced humor. You know?
It is a different humor.
Yeah.
You need to, I mean, not every segment, but parts of the movie start off with like a word and like from the dictionary, and you gotta know what that means to get what that section of the movie's about. And I love Clerks, man.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of sleepers out there. You
ever see Judgment Night?
No.
I love Judgment Night.
No. Who's in that?
Emilio Estevez.
Oh, yeah? I like Men at Work.
Yeah, I like Men at Work, too. Dennis Leary is the bad guy.
All right.
It's such a good movie, man. Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah?
You never see... You have to have seen Judgment Night, man.
No.
They got an RV, and they're going to watch a boxing match, and they're hitting traffic, so the guy veers off, and he goes into, like, the ghetto. And they hit some kid, and the kid stole money from, like, a bad guy. The bad guy's Dennis Leary, and they just follow him all night. Oh, yeah, it's great. The dude from...
now I gotta watch it.
Oh, I love Judgment Night.
I'll look it up.
That's
I wonder if it's on Netflix or something.
Sleeper movie.
Yeah. I mean,
what about you?
There's plenty of movies, I think, that are great movies that people just don't... If they haven't watched it, they might be like, I don't know if I'll watch that. But then when you watch it, you're like, ooh, this is a really good movie. One being Stranger Than Fiction. I don't know if you ever watched that.
Nope.
That's with Will Ferrell, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And it's weird.
Is that a Will Ferrell serious role?
It's a more serious role, yes. Okay. So, which is interesting because when they were doing the trailer for that movie, they almost made it like it was a Will Ferrell comedy.
Right.
But then when you watch it, you're like, absolutely not a Will Ferrell comedy.
Right.
I actually that's a really good movie. Dan in Real Life. That's another one.
That I like.
Yeah.
That I like.
That's one of those movies. It's a wholesome, feel good.
Steve Carell does a good, serious yet quirky movie.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
John Mahoney from Frasier in there, just played that, like he's that dad/grandpa that people are like, oh man, he seems like such a cool dude.
That's one of those movies that almost put you in like not tears, but like you feel like you relate to him,
Yeah. Well, that was it was like I said, that whole wholesome family kind of, and just thinking about that, and I'm going back to the Future, and I love time travel movies.
Okay. Like Hot Tub Time Travel?
No, but I would say if you ever get to watch About Time, I think they're actually taking it off Netflix soon. It's been on for a very long time. I was telling you to check. Yeah, I thought I told you to check it out, but yeah, if I didn't check it out,
About Time.
Yes.
Who's in that?
It's with Rachel McAdams. Is like the. It's a bunch of. I'm gonna sound horrible because I like the movie so much, but it's a bunch of English actors. I don't know all their names, but it's the one guys, the lead guy. Gosh, what the heck's his name? I think he's in the Star Wars, the newer ones.
Okay.
Playing that.
Ewan McGregor?
No, it wasn't. Yeah. But anyways, but great, wholesome movie. It's basically he discovers later on in life that his father tells him that their family have the ability to travel through time.
Okay.
And, they're like, what would you do if you could do that? And he wasn't great with women. And he's like, he used it to like when he went on dates. So every time he screwed up, he would go
and fix it?
Yeah. He'd go back and fix it.
That sounds pretty cool.
It's a great.
What's it called?
About Time.
About Time. I gotta write that down.
Yeah, great movie. Anyone who I've told to watch it, and anyone I'm talking like from younger people to my mom, everyone's liked it, and that's a good one though. So I think that's definitely.
It's one of my great ones.
You're
gonna make fun of me.
I think I will.
Titanic.
I am gonna make fun of you.
I love that movie.
Are you only saying this because you? What's your name? Was
Kate Winslet?
Took her top off or something?
No. So I'm always have been I'm a big history guy.
Yeah.
And the Titanic itself is always something that intrigued me my whole life.
Yeah.
And even though the movie is more like a love story with those two, it still involves Titanic.
Was it James Cameron?
James Cameron.
Yeah.
And even, man, I don't want to say anything because Leo DiCaprio's in it, but
It's not wrong with Leo.
Huge fan of his.
I like Leo DiCaprio.
I'm not. Whatever.
You're a huge fan of him?
I'm not a huge fan.
Oh, I think I heard you wrong.
I'm not a huge fan. But I love that movie.
Yeah, I like him. I don't mind him. I didn't mind him in Shutter Island. I didn't mind him in Inception.
It depends on his movie.
I didn't mind him in Gangs of New York.
I feel like he overdoes it sometimes.
Yeah, I don't mind him. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? You know?
Yeah, I guess he did play a good,
yeah,
special needs guy in that.
Yeah, I think.
And actually, what's the one from Boston? The
Gangs of New York.
No, the cop movie.
Oh, Departed.
Departed is one of my top movies.
Yeah, that is a great movie.
But I'm a Matt Damon fan, so
yes,
that helps.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as far as sleepers, then there's the movies that are like cult followings, like Donnie Darko.
Yeah. I've seen that.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many, man. I mean, we can do 12 podcasts on these movies. Yeah, I know. But
I mean, obviously, I'm a mafia guy. Goodfellas, Godfather.
You like the Casino?
I don't know why I say obviously, but
obviously, it's interesting though because Godfather. When Godfather first came out, have you ever noticed in Godfather they never used the word mafia in it?
Yeah, no, it's not a.
Yeah, so that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of protest towards it. So a lot of Italian Americans were not for it. It's just like The Sopranos. A lot of Italian Americans weren't,
gave Italians bad name.
Yes, that was the whole thing. And certain words they couldn't use, certain things, it was just a family,
La Costa Nostra.
Yeah, so, but
Goodfellas now is a movie. Goodfellas I hold close to my heart because Goodfellas came out, I was young, man.
Yeah.
I was 12, 11. But my dad wanted to see it. My parents just split up. And I remember my dad taking me to the movie. Probably not the best decision as a dad would do to his kid, but I remember that moment, though.
Yeah.
Like, he took me to see that movie, Goodfellas, as a kid. And I just remember feeling like grown up. Like, I want my dad.
Yeah.
We're both Italian men.
Yeah.
Dad watching Goodfellas. And that was awesome.
Were you a Goodfellas or Casino?
Goodfellas. Nothing's better than Goodfellas.
Okay.
Casino can...
Yeah,
it's a good movie, but it can go scratch next to.
Yeah,
if you're not on a Goodfellas bandwagon,
what was that?
Don't talk to me.
Gosh, I wish I should do this research before, but I didn't know we were going to talk about this.
Yeah.
What was that movie with Joe Pesci recently? The Irishman. Was it The Irishman?
The Irishman.
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
About Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah.
Long movie.
Yeah, that was.
It's like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And the worst thing was like De Niro to make him look younger. It was all like CGI.
Wow.
It was odd.
Bro.
It was very odd.
So it's crazy with this whole deep fake thing now and everything going on, and how the stuff that they can just do. I was showing, so after the last time we did recording, actually it was a couple times ago, when it was me, you, and Jay, we were sitting here hanging out and we were talking about the Book of Boba Fett. And I said, dude, I'm like, check out the way they made the younger Luke Skywalker. I can't even tell.
Insane.
That it's not real.
That's the not the Book of Boba Fett. He's not in.
Yeah,
that's Mandalorian.
No, it was the Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, I haven't watched that yet.
Oh,
did you watch Mandalorian? He comes in at the end where he's young Luke Skywalker. Yeah, it's insane.
Oh, but he has a bigger role in Book of Boba Fett.
Well,
so.
Ruined it for me.
Well, I already showed you the clip, I thought, but anyways, it's crazy how real it is. They didn't even have Mark Hamill come in to do the voice.
They shoot everything from old school?
No, they recreated a voice. They actually
That's like cheating.
Which is a little scary when you think about it.
That's cheating.
Like, think about it. Like, someone could be dead, like Tupac, they're doing that stuff.
Yeah,
now he's on stage and stuff.
Well, they did.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that Tupac?
But now it's like even more real. If they want to make new music, like take his old music and make a music video, they could. It's just insane.
Right.
I mean, I feel it's a little bit of a disrespect to the, people, but, and...
Are you a horror fan?
I can watch some. But
like a gruesome, like...
I think I was scarred by Exorcist, when I was younger or something, because I don't really do horror too often.
How about not like paranormal, but more like gory, like... have you ever seen Devil's Rejects? House of a Thousand Corpses?
Yeah, I've seen...
So Devil's Rejects is probably one of my top 5 movies.
Yeah.
Love that movie. Just love Rob Zombie. I love the way it was made. House of a Thousand Corpses.
Makes you wonder what goes through Rob Zombie's head, you know?
He's a psychopath.
Yeah.
If you watch, I think I've seen all of his movies. He's not. He did the 2 recent Halloweens.
Yeah.
Halloween 1 and 2. Well, not recent, but he did his own.
But
version
think about
of
it. Think about it. You know, we were talking about this, like, and what goes through people's heads. Like, some of these people who make these movies. Say you're making a movie about, you know, something like that's really sick and distorted. You know, like, you know, like, wait, you know, what's going?
Movies,
what's going through these people, these writers' heads? You know, and what's you know?
It's insane. He recently did 3 from Hell, which was a sequel. It's weird because House of a Thousand Corpses was the original. Devil's Reject was the sequel, yet they're 2 totally different movies.
Mm-hmm.
Because have you seen House of a Thousand Corpses?
I've seen them.
It's like paranormal.
I may have seen.
Whereas
them
Devil's
once,
Rejects, they're just psychopath killers. You know what I mean?
Well, what's that? What's that? The guy that died from the clown guy?
Sid Haig.
Yeah.
I love him. I want that tattoo. I love Captain Spaulding, man.
Oh God.
Best character in horror franchise.
Now, as far as horror, I'm not necessarily a horror fan, but I am into suspense.
Okay.
I'm actually one of the few people that's a really, really big M. Night Shyamalan fan. I love him. Actually. Yeah, I like all his movies. I like the suspense. I like The Village. I like Signs. I like all that stuff. You
Village was the best.
Yeah. Man. Wow. I haven't found too many people who like that.
I love The Village. And what's the other one with Mark Wahlberg? That one was good too.
The Happening.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Signs was good too. I think Mel Gibson made it.
I'll be honest with you though. The Happening I would have liked more if Mark Wahlberg wasn't the main guy. I don't think he did. No, it's not that I don't like him. I don't think he was the right role for that. I felt like someone else might have done a better job. Maybe
like a Joaquin Phoenix type of guy.
I love Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. He's a psychopath.
He's he played the Joker. Yeah.
He's nuts.
And it's crazy with Joaquin. I'm really spinning things off. He watched The Gladiator, and he just played such an evil man. To play in The Village, he was just such a calm, soft-spoken.
He's a great actor.
Yeah,
great actor.
Yeah. And I mean, his brother would have been something huge too if he didn't die at a young age. Yeah, River.
Drugs.
Yeah, but anyways,
The Village is a phenomenal movie.
It's a very, very good movie. Lady in the Water.
I have not seen that one.
Wow.
No, I haven't seen that one.
That's it. M. Night Shyamalan, either you like him or you don't. That's what it seems like. Some people, I find most people don't. They're like, they're like,
I haven't seen that one, but
they're like Sixth Sense. Oh yeah, that's the one I like.
Sixth Sense.
Yeah, or Unbreakable. You know, Unbreakable was actually one of my least favorite, and now over the years I've come to like it more and more.
One now. What's the recent one? The Glass.
Oh yeah.
Right? They're all
Mr. Glass, or
something like that.
Yeah. I may have caught that once, but I wasn't a huge Unbreakable fan, so that's why I didn't follow that one as much.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, he's got some good stuff, man. I actually like his movies.
Sixth Sense, he was dead the whole time. Bruce Willis.
Yes.
Oh, you know? Okay.
Gosh,
now you do.
Spoiler alert! You should say that before that. You know that.
He's dead the whole time.
But
the movie was made 20 years ago. If you didn't watch it by now, screw you.
that is true. But M. Night Shyamalan, I just find that he just opens up a part of your brain that you don't think about things, and just I love fantasy. I love fiction. So when he takes it like Lady in the Water, it's almost like
I don't watch that.
Everything. So basically, at the end, like there's this one guy who lives.
Spoiler?
No, not really. But I'm just gonna say there's this one guy that lives in the apartment building, and he only works at one arm, and he's got one diesel arm and one regular arm.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. But ultimately, just so you know, at the end, everyone's purpose is served. Why they're a certain way.
Okay.
Why they do certain things.
It's funny, man. M. Night Shyamalan, the end of the movies is always like...
Oh, yeah. You always...
It tells you...
Your hairs stand up every time. You're like,
right.
Like Sixth Sense.
But it sums up the movie.
Yeah. And I actually have the hair stand... When I'm thinking about these endings, like Sixth Sense, and, I'm getting all, like, the tingles now thinking about it, just because...
But you ever watch a movie and you're like, I have to watch it again because I don't know what the hell just happened.
Yes.
But he sums up your movie at the end. You know exactly what's going on.
It's different now. Here's the thing. This is the best advice I can give anyone when it comes to watching a movie, because I'm the worst at this. Especially, I just started watching Blade Runner, the newest one, the newer one, because I just saw it came on Netflix with Ryan Gosling and stuff. But anyways, and I started watching it, and I'm on my iPad and I'm looking at things while it's going, and then I look up at the screen and I see they're doing the whole like Star Wars where they're telling you a history and all that stuff and writing. I'm like, shoot, I gotta rewind it. I gotta rewind it now.
Now, do you watch a lot of movies with your wife? Do you watch it together, or you watch?
Oh, depends. I know what my wife is into, and so she's like into like more documentaries and murder mysteries and like things that are around like the Dropout, like these or the Inventing Anna. These new ones that are like based off truth, kind of. So she's more into that. I'm more into like fictional stuff, I guess. So she's not into all the stuff that I'm into.
But if you do watch a movie together, do you pause it and like talk about what's going on right now, and then all right, let's see what happens. This is what I think is going to happen. And start.
If that happens,
is there complete
typically
silence?
No. With my wife watching a movie, complete silence. Good luck.
My wife too.
Yeah, it's more like she's not paying attention because she's on her iPad or something, and then I have to re-explain everything. I'm like, just pay attention, so I don't have to do this every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you don't want to watch it, I'll watch it on my own, but it can be difficult. But yeah, anyways, best advice I give: don't have an iPad near you or a computer or something, because you can't truly get into a movie with that, with your attention kind of all over the place. But I don't know.
Right, cool.
Yeah, so
I love movies.
Yeah.
My other movie on my list that I wanted to mention is Rounders. Rounders.
Oh yeah, Rounders.
I'm a poker player. I love poker. Poker took over my world for quite a few years.
So you're a big Vince Vaughn fan, and was that Rounders? Oh no, I'm thinking of
no, that's Matt Damon as Rounders, and
I'm thinking the one Swingers. That's what I was thinking. No, I'm sorry.
Another great movie though. Jon Favreau.
Vince Vaughn.
I love Vince Vaughn.
You're Ed Norton and Matt Damon, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I got it right.
Edward Norton, Matt Damon, and John Malkovich.
Yes. Yeah, he played the Russian with the Oreos.
Yes.
Yeah. Now I got it. I don't know why I got those confused.
But I know we had talked prior, talking about like movies that maybe like played a part in your life, whatever. But that Rounders came out when I was in the peak of my poker playing.
Yeah.
Days. And I was like, wow, this is like.
Yeah.
I want to be these.
So
guys.
when we talk about things that John's a fan of, one was Yankees, and the other is cards and poker. He has
gambling. I would freaking.
So he has a tattoo of the.
I do. I got 4 aces on my arm. I regret that. There's a story behind that.
He always has a few aces up his sleeve, I guess, right? Yeah.
You know what I'd like to have though? Bourbon in the glass.
Do what you like to have it. Are we at that point? John is like...
I'm like starting... Every week now, I'm starting to be like, what are we waiting for? I want the bourbon, bro. I'm liking this.
Well, I hate to break it to you, John. This is not this is a rye whiskey today.
Okay.
But let me chug this real quick. And
seeded or no seeds? I like no seeds in my rye.
I agree. The fennel seeds... I actually like fennel, but I don't like fennel seeds.
Yeah, chewing on those? Oh, man.
Mm-hmm. You're one of the few people that when I get sausage, I'm like, oh, good, I can get it without fennel seeds for once.
No. That's why I like Premio. They don't find too many fennel seeds.
Yeah, the Premio. Yeah, well, you're the Italian, so you know all this stuff.
So what do we got today? What are we drinking?
So this is Willett. This is their rye, which I feel like they're more known for. Is their
almost empty?
Their rye. Yeah, I drink this one. I have a few others. That's why sometimes when I have a few, I'm a little bit more.
Is this one of your go-tos?
It is. When I want a rye, this is like not just a rye though, John. This is a rye. This is really rye.
I need like pastrami and mustard.
Yeah, I think you could put some mustard. You could pour this all over your corned beef or pastrami, and you can have fun with this, man.
I've been getting excited for these.
Yeah. This is one of those special releases. I think these ones are like the 4-year ones. They have ones that have like the purple tops, which are, a little bit, there's different ones.
No, I don't know.
Sorry. Well, yeah, they have different version ones of this. Ass. But, all right, let me get you a little something.
I haven't eaten anything today.
Yeah, I know. I think we're going to go get some grub after this. Maybe you'll see an Instagram post with, there you go, Johnny.
Looks good.
So when I say it's rye, it's really rye, man. Like I think when if you had to say like there's a staple of rye, like the staple to rye whiskeys, this is it, man.
That's it. Yeah.
Only because it's so rye.
Now, so is that a Kentucky based?
Yeah, it's another one from down there and stuff.
Willett is the distillery.
It's out of Bardstown, so yeah, it's
Okay.
yeah.
And what's the proof on that?
This one, so they're all different. So I have other ones. So that's the cool thing because I always feel like I'm getting a different one, even though the proof might be changing by like 0.1%.
Okay.
But this one's 108.8 proof, 54.4%.
A little high with this.
Yeah, but I don't think you're gonna get that.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
All right. Well, I'll be the judge of that.
Oh, cheers, man.
Cheers, brother.
All right.
All right.
What do you think?
It's I hear what you're saying with the rye. It's
a more unique taste than
Mhm.
you're used to from like a bourbon.
It's a little strong.
Yeah, I didn't feel like you'd get that as much.
There's a little bit of burn on the back end.
Yeah.
I definitely taste the rye.
Where's your? I was gonna say, grab your water.
Yeah, I got my water
Do a
there.
little chaser there. Yeah.
I don't dislike it.
It's-
I'm not drinking it, and I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's a unique taste.
I don't feel like I want to shoot it down and get it over with.
Well, if I were to tell someone to say, "Hey, I want you to taste the difference between a rye and bourbon," this is what I would break out. Like, because this is extreme one way. You know?
Yeah, I mean, between I guess what we had last week and this, I enjoyed last week.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah.
But this isn't bad. It's
Yeah.
not bad at all.
No.
I can do this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can definitely.
It's unique. I wanted to kind of just open up those palate horizons,
Right, yeah,
and just
yeah,
kind of see
absolutely.
what you think.
And I do hear what you're saying with like this is a rye.
This is
yeah,
like
I
legit
taste it.
rye, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is. It smells good too.
Yeah.
The smell is really good. If
Yeah.
you smell it first before you try it, you're gonna be like, "This is gonna be a treat."
So our buddy Jay he was not a huge fan. He's not a fan of Willett Rye. He said he's had other Willett, ones that he's had that he likes,
Okay.
but this is more of a unique. It's a very unique taste. It's
It is.
I don't know if you'd say it's acquired, but yeah, because I think it's something that I liked the first time I had it. So I don't want to say it was acquired. It's just something that my palate said, okay, I can do this.
Yeah. I mean, my palate says I can do this, but do I want to?
Yeah. Or would you prefer drinking something else? I think it's just like having stuff with food. Sometimes you prefer, some days you're just in the mood for something.
Yeah.
As you can see, my bottle is almost empty, so I do drink it.
So like the one we had last week, and I think we've had a couple of Widow Janes that I can be like, you know what, I can take a sip of that while I'm watching TV at night.
Yeah.
Like this, I feel like if I had this, I don't know if I would go for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Drinking with you is a different thing. Like we're sitting there, I can sit back and have a couple with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Being by myself and like watching TV, watching Back to the Future,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I would like go to that.
I get like I always try to pinpoint this unique taste. I mean, it is a rye taste. That's the taste. Yeah, I'm obviously trying to pinpoint. I'm trying to go more on the flavors I'm getting.
Yeah.
And I almost get a slight kind of like a sweet mint taste. I don't know. I could be totally off on that.
Well, you would know. I mean, your palate is used to this stuff, so you can pinpoint stuff. Like
I can, but sometimes I'm a little reluctant to voice my opinions on certain things. Someone might be like, "You're
No, I
ridiculous."
mean, you're borderline expert, man.
No, absolutely not. But yeah, or alcoholic. I don't know. I'm joking.
No, like I would count your views and your opinions higher than anybody else that I know. That's for sure.
There's just something there. Yeah, just that rye. And once again, just to go back to what I had said in the past, when you think rye bread.
Yeah.
When you think bourbon, think cornbread.
Okay.
What you prefer might be what you might prefer liquid-wise, and what you want to go towards. Yeah.
The sweetness level, maybe.
Yeah, well, it's just the flavor. Really, it's the flavor. That's what it all comes down to.
I know I can say I've enjoyed the maple-y stuff that you've given
Yes.
me.
But that's
added flavor.
so that
to
is
something that,
it's changing things up.
Yeah.
You're kind of not even
like cheating. a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's not even. I don't think it even can be considered bourbon if it. It can't be if it entered into a maple barrel. That would be just whiskey, just because it doesn't follow the rules of bourbon. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm glad you're trying it though. I'm glad you're open minded to it.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
glad that you don't say I'm not drinking it.
It's not cold anymore, right? We're not doing. You're not making me drinks.
Listen, man, I have an old fashioned every once in a while. It doesn't mean I'm like anti old fashioned or anything. I do it.
I've been looking restaurants and bars. Like me and my wife would talk about going out for our anniversary. Like just doing things, like going out and hanging out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking for places where I can get an old fashioned and sit because I want to try it for myself.
Yeah,
without
absolutely.
you at a place and being like, did I enjoy this or not?
Yeah.
Because I told you I went to a place and they had a.
I mean, that might not be as good as mine, or might be much better than mine. I don't know.
But I kind of want to be able to go out and have an old fashioned and enjoy it on my own, being that I'm starting to,
Yeah. Here's the thing, John. Every bar will make one. There's no bar that's going to say, well, most bars will make one.
I work at a bar, and somebody ordered an old fashioned. God bless the guy who made it. I'm not going to say what he made it or how he made it.
Of course, there's a story behind this. Yeah.
But
all right. Well, most places, I won't say any. Okay, most places. Yeah. It also depends what kind of place it is. If it's a place that typically serves beer. And stuff like that, they may not, but if you go to like a Rail Steakhouse or something, that's a little bit nicer.
It's funny because the customer asked me for an old fashioned, and I went to the bartender and I said, "Can you make me an old fashioned?" They looked at me like that, two heads. They go, "If you would have watched my podcast, you would have known how to make it."
Yeah. It's pretty simple. It really is. It's pretty simple
for you.
Yeah, it's not that bad, but
on that note, this is good. All right, so our shout-outs today.
It's been fun. Yeah, we did a movie. I guess this is a movie.
This is a long episode, too, man, because we can talk about movies forever.
I know. Well,
we're movie guys.
Yeah, we love our movies.
We do.
And we can't stay here forever, unfortunately, because John is hungry, and we have to see if we have other things we're going to do. Yeah, so
we got to check some stuff.
Yeah, so... Yeah. Because John's hungry, and I'm hungry, and we want to...
Shout out to KCBC.
And shout out
I'm looking. What's going on? All right, shout out to KCBC.
Willett.
Shout out to Willett. And shout out to Michael J. Fox.
Yeah,
and the,
God bless him.
God bless him, man.
Yeah,
because if he didn't have his disease, what else would he be doing?
I know.
Would there be Back to the Future 4?
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, how far would it have gone?
I hate to
read his book.
I hate this term, but I use it more than I should. Is you just play with the cards you dealt sometimes, and that's.
I think he does a good job of it,
and he does a great job of it. Yeah. He's an amazing man, and he'll change people's lives from for years on end. And
it's a crazy disease, Parkinson's. If nobody knows, some people don't know he's got Parkinson's.
Yeah.
He's still a cool guy, though. Yeah. Michael J. Fox is awesome, dude.
John, you're a cool guy, too.
I'm a cool guy. You're a cool guy. You people are cool. Like, subscribe. Please share. Come on, tell us what movies you like. What movie franchises did we miss that we not talk about?
Yeah.
We got a lot of views a couple weeks ago and last week, and we want to keep it going. But we need comments, though. I want comments because I want to work off of what people want from us. Man.
Yeah. Yeah. And if there's anything you guys want us to talk about, as always,
please
do. We do these, we talk about it before.
We're just shooting the shit.
Yeah, when he gets here,
we want to get...
Like, what's going on, man? What do you want to talk about, And we go from there. So, it's not like something that we're planning weeks ahead of time, like, oh, we got to talk about this or that, We kind of try to stick with...
we want people watching to engage and tell us what we want to talk about.
Yeah, well, John?
I'm John.
Ken.
I need food, Ken.
Ken.
John.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And as always, cheers to you guys.
Later.
All right, later.